Oh man, time has just lost all meaning at this point, hasn't it? It's been another year. Anyway, if you watched last year's video or read the title, you know the drill. Let's get into the top 10 best kits I reviewed in 2021. Starting off at number 10, we have the high-grade Zoc. Big, chunky, expensive, and a memorably unique design. I love the Zoc like I love all aquatic suits. Really, it's only number 10 because I love others more. At number 9, we have the high-grade Gundam Seed Lagao, the Fanta Doggo. This kit has a deceptively parts-intensive construction and a truly unique design, standing out even among the other PQ units. Much like the Zoc, it's not higher, only because there's other kits I like more. At number 8, we have the high-grade Jagan. All the Char's Counterattack high grades are absolute stars, being dead on to their line art and having fun, clean builds. The Jagan having a minty fresh color scheme that's almost completely recreated through plastic. It's only missing its verniers and cameras. This is definitely one of the best grunt kits Bandai's made. At 7, we have the Gun Cannon Revive, which is one of the best high grades in the past 10 years. An absolutely stellar kit for beginners. It's also dead on accurate take on the suit, with almost no color correction needed. No wonder it sells out so fast when it's restocked. Hopefully if you haven't already, you can get one. You deserve it. Number 6 is the 30-minute mission Spinatia Fencer type. This kit is what I wanted out of 30-minute sisters. A cheap, charming little fembot. Well, maybe not so little. These new 30-minute missions kits are actually deceptively tall, but regardless, this little circuit sprite left a lasting impression and has become my permanent building buddy on my desk. Alright, halfway through, number 5, we have another 30-minute missions kit, the Sengoku type Spinatio. Second verse seems the first. This slick black samurai is a must-have for any robo-weeb, if you can actually find one. At number 4, we have the best mech design ever, the high-grade 1.5 of the Elgheim. This heavy metal is exactly my aesthetic, with its smooth, minimalist armor and hyper-detailed exposed frame, and this kit faithfully recreates all of it, with a little color help from you. The only reason it isn't higher is that the cables don't like to cooperate. Coming in at number 3, we have the other heavy metal I bought, the Atoll. Unlike the Elgheim, this mecha has no cables to worry about. Also is basically entirely color separated. Even if the articulation is slightly less, the killer colors and my love-hate of its pilot Gablé easily makes it one of my favorite kits. At number 2, we have another favorite of mine, my favorite Gundam from the Universal Century, the high-grade Double Zeta Gundam. Surprisingly well articulated for its chunk, and with all of its forms and gimmicks more or less intact, this is a powerhouse both on and off the screen that demands respect with its mere presence. Only wish it had more hands. Now, before we get to number 1, this year was such a strong year for me that honestly I could have made a top 20 list, but for the sake of consistency, this year I'll simply add this section for honorable mentions. Like another favorite of mine, the Double X. X being my favorite Gundam AU. The high-grade Double X does an excellent job capturing the visage of the after-war Gundam. Unfortunately, having to mask the very edge of the back heat sinks for painting kept it off the top 10. Similarly, the High God gets a mention. For as much as I love unique designs, the annoyance of trying to figure out what even needed to be painted left a sour taste in my mouth. Intricate Kirby was a nice quick build, and still sits proudly on my shelf, but it's a statue, and it's really meant for beginners or kids, so not on the top 10. And how could I forget the not one but two getters I reviewed last year, the small but solid STCS Shin Getter, and the striking giant high-grade Getter Arc, Reed Getter. Seriously. Last but not least is my favorite grunt, the Gym 3, which, while a personal favorite, did just enough things to annoy me with its kit that it narrowly escaped the list. And finally, at number 1, we have the high-grade New Gundam, an absolute king when it comes to accuracy. The new is the line art come to life, even with the rather large amount of yellow that needs to be painted in, and the repetition of the funnels. This kit is a very enjoyable build and results in a kit that contains a dominating presence, almost unmatched in Gundam as a whole. The new rocks. What else is there to say? And once again, that's it. My favorite kits that I reviewed last year. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think down in the comments. What are your favorite picks? I'm sure I put a lot of work into editing this, so please like the video, subscribe for future reviews, hit the bell, and check out a few of the ones in the cards. Go follow me on Twitter for updates, consider supporting my Patreon so I can make another one of these next year, and as always, until next time, happy building.